This channel is for educational purposes only. We show you the how-tos. This should not be constituted as financial advice. Please contact a professional in that area to let you know what you should do with your money. Kind of getting back to my roots of what actually brought me to this channel and on this YouTube journey. Back in around 2016, 17 or so, got the bright idea to try to make some passive income with the crypto miner. Um, a lot has changed since then. Mining got less and less profitable, especially for the major coins that I was mining for. But it led to more information being downloaded into the old noggin. So while I'm not a financial advisor, my background is in IT, and I knew all about those machines and wanted to stay in the know. And it's kind of led me to getting more information about different things, how to run these applications, how to set these devices up, how to configure them. And it also prompted me to want to share that information because I know there's a lot of people out here that struggle with these kind of things. And that's where I found my niche. That said, um, it is because of crypto that I'm able to create this channel and have fun because that's what I want to do. It's the thing that kind of pushes me forward. But getting back to that, I just recently purchased that Avalon miner. I won't say recently; it came out in July when they were being sold, and I pre-ordered this thing back in March. But I'm just now getting around to setting it up. I'm going to talk you through what it is and what hardware you're going to be using in conjunction with that miner to see if you can earn some passive income. As always, let's start off with some terminology that you want to get familiar with. We're going to start off with what is a blockchain. Now, blockchain is a digital ledger. It is how your transactions, when you're making Bitcoin payments or cryptocurrency payments, um, are validated through a series of mechanisms, be it proof of work, proof of stake, and other consensus mechanisms. That's what a blockchain is. A particular electronic ledger for a particular cryptocurrency. Now, the rules governing how that blockchain works are what we call an algorithm. An algorithm is basically a set of instructions on how these transactions are processed and how these blocks in the blockchain are created and how they are validated. Those are the rules of those algorithms. Now, those two critical pieces of information, we're going to get into the hardware that I'm using to join a particular blockchain as far as a person who actually owns some of the hardware. And we're going to do this with the Avalon Nano 3 miner. I'm not going to bore you with all the details of what an ASIC miner is. Some of you guys already know what it is, other than to say that this is a very expensive hobby to get into. You're looking at some of these immersion tanks and some of these cooling centers for those major cryptocurrency operations that actually provide the hardware for the network that we're making money off of on these trades. However, the investment behind these devices are significant. We're going to look at just one of the more premier Bitcoin miners right now, and that's the A15 from Canaan. And the A15 itself is a $4,000 device. It mines Bitcoin. Now, early on, we could mine Bitcoin with PCs. We could mine them with GPUs, and there were a lot of people who made enough passive income to purchase these machines outright and just kept it going. And that's why we're in this position where we are now, where at $100,000 per Bitcoin, if you were able to mine a single coin, that in itself would be a reward for you. But there is something called a block reward. This is the amount of funds that are distributed to your wallet by participating in mining from the mining individuals. You get paid a percentage of that block reward. The block reward for a Bitcoin is over $250,000. It's $250,000. And there are enough people who will get those this year to keep adding millionaires to the bucket list. Now, it's just a chance to get it, but think of it as a $4,000 lottery ticket. When I say lottery ticket and the chance, that's what I mean. You're going to spend that much money on a particular rig if you're trying to do this solo. And then you're going to turn around and have to pay for the electricity. This thing eats up about what a dryer and a washer and dryer hookup eats up, but it's running all day. So it's just not cost effective to try to run these things in your home. You're going to spend far more money than this thing will generate ever trying to win a $250,000 block reward. It's just not going to happen. And the reason I say it's not going to happen is that you're going to look at the probability of it. So let's go to this website called Solo Chance, and it'll give you a breakdown of all the mineable coins that are out there. And we're talking about Bitcoin, right? Terahash per second. This device is 218 terahash per second. That's how much it could hit. 218 terabytes. That's a lot. But even with that, let's go ahead and put that hash rate in there. 218 terahash per second calculated. You still have a 1 in 3 million plus chance of hitting that block award. It's just not going to happen. How how often can you do this? Can you say you be that 1 in 815 per month to get part of a block reward? Again, that block reward is $250,000. You got a 1 in 815 chance of getting that this month. Per week, there are thousands of these Bitcoin miners out there. If you like those odds, this might be something for you. But again, it's pretty much infinitesimal. And the amount of money you're going to be spending on hardware and electricity may not make this a viable option for you, especially if you're just sitting around waiting for that $4,000 to pay off someday. Block intervals are going up about every 10 minutes. But again, you got a 1 in 68 chance this year of getting a block reward. If you've ever did that, um, then it might have been worth it. But you would have to have a lot of currency going in on the front end and a lot of infrastructure to make that happen. That's just saying that, okay? But again, it's a hobby for me, and I'm not talking about any A15 by any stretch of imagination. Canon makes something called a Nano. Now, this thing is essentially a heater. It's winter in Georgia, and it can get down to around 30 degrees Fahrenheit here in the U.S. Um, I have a modest home, and my heat pump is on the fritz right now. I got a few space heaters. This thing kicks out enough heat to maybe warm a small room, right? It's running all day long, but it doesn't use anywhere near the power of that A15. It's something that I can still be part of the blockchain community with. It has the potential of earning some cash, but not on that Bitcoin level. There are other coins you can mine, and with this one, I'm mining Bitcoin Cash. Now, you can pick some of the other ones, but let me just show you the difference in the chances that you have with earning a reward. Now, I'm joining a pool of solo miners, and each member of that pool will get a portion of that reward. What's the probability of getting a reward with this one machine, or a portion of that reward? Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin Cash. And this thing is running about 2 terahash per second. I calculate that. And already, I got a 1 in 25 chance of hitting that blockchain um, this year. Uh, every week, it's a 1 in 1,200 chance far different from 1 in 3 million per block. You know, it's just not that high of a deal. And you're in a pool. You're going to be sharing that reward, and the reward, however, is a lot smaller than that $250,000 blockchain reward from a Bitcoin. Um, yeah, it's that kind of a deal. So here's the actual interface for that Avalon miner down there. I'm actually getting 2.32 terahashes per second off of this miner. And I'm going to show you something else. Within the time it took me to configure this thing and the blockchain or the solo mining pool that I've joined, which was Bitsy Miner, already I've actually earned a little bit of cash, and I'm going to show you how I found that out. So I go here, and I'm looking for BCH, search. There's Bitcoin Cash, and I'm with a pool called Bitsy Miner, and I found this on miningpoolstats.com or .stream, excuse me. And I'm going to look for Bitsy Miner. I should have already had it saved. Click there, and it takes me to the site. All right, I'm in a pool of 24 miners. We've already hit a block. Now, the amount of work that I actually contributed to as part of that miner dashboard, let's go to these stats real quick, and let's look at the actual miners. I know for a fact that that's my guy right there, and I'm about midway through. This is my share rate. This is what tells you what your share is going to be on this algorithm or on this pool. 0.078. There's a guy out there with 16% of every reward is going to this one particular miner. That's heavy duty. All right. However, for $100, it's not much. What's the share? What the question I guess you would have to ask is, what is the amount of money that I can earn off of Bitcoin Cash, off of that 3 terahashes that I'm actually getting in right now? Well, let's just do a little Google search, shall we? Let's see what BCH to dollars looks like. Okay, and the current block reward for Bitcoin Cash. All right, it's about three Bitcoin Cash tokens per block reward. What does that mean? That means 3 Bitcoin, 3.1 Bitcoin equals about $1,600. Now, of that $1,600, I am due a 0.7 share. Yeah, like a 0.078 share. So let's do the math. Now go ahead and do the calculator. And we said that reward was $1,670. All right, times 0.078. My share came out to be $130 minus my fees. if it holds up. That would be a considerable amount of money considering I only spent $100 for the rig, and this is just my first day. Now, obviously, it can't be that easy, right? There's nothing about it unless I'm doing something wrong with my math, or I don't know. Uh, it seems plausible, right? So I don't know. Maybe it's something for us. I don't know. You don't know these things. All I'm telling you is what I just found out. And it's interesting stuff. Um, we know what the blockchain reward is, the total Bitcoin Cash, what we get, blocks average per hour is 6, reward per block. See that number. And I know I'm part of that mining group, and I know there's my device. And how do I know that's my device? Because that's my wallet address. Go back to my Avalon miner information here, and I'll do that by going to my web address, and I type in my password, and I forgot my password. Oh, there it is. All right, so go to my configuration. Looks familiar? That's my address to my wallet. And that's where the money is going to go from this Bitsy miner pool that I'm in. So if I'm reading this correctly, this $119 miner, close that. I have a 1 in 25 chance of mining that with that 2 terasecond hash rate every year. 1 in 25 chance. And I just hit one. Uh, yeah, things are. I don't know if this actually was in. This is my share rate. I got a 0.078 share rate. Okay. You know, if that actually pans out and I actually earned $130 today off of, what was it? 3 hours work. I just got lucky, maybe. Then it might be something that may be worthwhile to you guys. I know I went a little long on this, but I just had to share what I've been up to recently. And I also want to talk about what you do once you get that payment. So I'm going to go back to that mining page. Here's the payment, and that's confirmation that that was something. There was a payment there. We got a block. It tells us what time, and this is what is meant by that blockchain, that electronic ledger. Um, yeah, it gives a fee to the pool. The mining pool collects a fee. Um, yeah, I'm just waiting to see how this works. I'm learning as we're going, and I want you guys to see what I'm trying to put out there is that this might be a way to earn passive income. So you're going to get this to your wallet, and for these devices, for this mining operation, I'm using a Ledger wallet. That address goes to a cold wallet. And the Ledger wallet allows me to have full custody of my cryptocurrency as I'm mining it. Um, and I can show you what that interface looks like. I'm still shocked at this amount, if that is actually something that I'm, in line for $130 for 3 hours work on a luck. Yeah, that's pretty decent. But anyway, the Ledger device allows us to have custody of some cryptocurrency on a little hardware device. Looks like a little flash drive. But actually, I look at my accounts. That's where I would see that amount once the transaction was completed. So, I may have done something wrong. I may have not set it up correctly. But here's some of the XRP I had on there, just sitting around there. Had about 18. This is years ago, and when it was still like 4 cents or 12 cents or something like that, and it's just sitting out there at $42. It's way more interest than you would get on the bank, absolutely. But yeah, the wallet address goes here. Well, sends that Bitcoin here, Bitcoin Cash payment here. I just don't know how that actually works. We're going to find out. I'll keep you posted and let you know what actually is going down on this. Again, I know I went a little long, but this is more of a tutorial. Couldn't do the live like I wanted to. Um, yeah, this became something else. So I want you guys to give me a buzz. Let me know if you're interested in this, and we can learn how to do this kind of stuff together. And I'll definitely talk with you later.